Hey everybody, it's Taylor with Boydston Grove, and today we're going to use some scrap wood and trash to create a one-of-a-kind piece of art. Let's get into it.
Oh man, he is going to be good at this.
This video is sponsored by Fumeclear. As you've heard me say before, I am an artist and I really like wood burning. I'm also a musician, so one of the ways that I like to combine these two things together is I like to pick up beat up old instruments from thrift stores or yard sales that are beyond repair, and I like to use them in my pieces of art, and that's what we're going to do today. For this art piece, I'm going to be using the back of a guitar. I already sanded it and I added some support blocks to the back. I'm going to start by building a frame to hold the guitar back. I started by cutting some 2x4 material to 1.5 inch square strips. I set my blade to 15 degrees and cut one side of each piece to add some interest to the frame, but I decided it was a bit too much, so I ran the pieces back through to flatten out some of the angle. After cutting the frame pieces to length and mitering the corners, I assembled the frame using glue and a strap clamp. I'll leave links to the strap clamps I use in the description below. I didn't want to just use nails to strengthen the corners, so instead I decided to drill out the corners and drive in some 1/2 inch dowels. This will not only add the strength needed, but will also look cool. Well, hopefully.
Only one way to find out.
Normally when I build frames, I cut a rabbet in the frame pieces before assembly to hold the canvas or back panel. But this time I decided to use a rabbet bit in my router and create the groove for the back panels to sit in after assembly. Then I used a chisel to square off the corners. Then it was off to everybody's favorite part, sanding.
This is my favorite part.
Speaking of the back panel, I cut a piece of 1/4 inch plywood and used some colored stain in dark walnut to stain it. This colored stain has awesome coverage, but it sets really fast, so you have to move pretty quick. With the back panel dry, I attached it to the frame using glue and brad nails. Now that the frame part of the project is complete, it's time to move on to the art part of the project. I really wanted this piece to be meaningful, so I rummaged up one of my favorite pictures of my late grandfather. In case you couldn't tell, my grandfather was a cowboy through and through. And when I say cowboy, I mean grew up on a farm, rode a horse to school, and even had a legit 6-shooter.
Sounds like a cool guy.
I blew up the picture, printed it out, taped it on the guitar back over some graphite paper, and traced it out. For the wood burning, I'm going to be using this kit by Walnut Hollow that I picked up at a local craft store. I'm also going to be using this fume extractor from today's sponsor, Fumeclear. Fumeclear offers a variety of extractors ranging in size and strength that can be used for welding, laser engraving, soldering, wood carving, or wood burning. The particular model that I have here is one of their smaller desktop models that is perfect for hobbyists. It has a 3-stage filter system and an articulating hose that makes it really easy to direct it right towards whatever project you're working on. As a woodworker and maker, it's really easy to remember PPE when I'm doing something like working with loud tools or see all the sawdust flying around, but I have to admit a lot of times I forget when I'm working with the stains and finishes or doing something like fine sanding or carving or wood burning. Even when I do remember, wearing a clunky mask when I'm trying to do something with fine detail can be really annoying and uncomfortable, but our lungs are really important, y'all. That's why I'm super excited to try out this fume extractor by Fumeclear. If you work on a lot of projects that involve fumes or small dust particles, make sure to hit the link below to check out everything that Fumeclear has to offer. Now let's get started on some art. With my Fumeclear unit set up on my desk, I set to work burning the picture. Fun fact that you did not ask for. Before Disneyland in California was ever a thing, there was a Western-based theme park called Knott's Berry Farm, and my grandfather was the main attraction as the sheriff of the park and the headliner of their nightly concerts. He even rubbed shoulders with the Duke. For all you youngins out there, that's what they used to call John Wayne. With the artwork done, I glued and screwed it onto the frame and applied a few coats of spray-on lacquer. Alright, our piece of artwork is done, and I gotta tell you, it's a pretty good feeling when you can take some trash and some scrap pieces of wood and create something that can be treasured. I think I did okay capturing the likeness. Let me know in the comments below if you think I got even close to the original picture. If you want more details on building the frames, I actually have a full tutorial video on how to build these frames. I'll leave a link to that video in the description below. I really enjoyed being able to work comfortably at my desk on this project with the help of the fume extractor by Fumeclear. If you would like to see more details on these fume extractors, just hit the link in the description below. A big shout out and thank you to Fumeclear for sponsoring this video, and I hope you all enjoyed today's project. Thank you very much for watching, be safe, and have a great day.